Hey, check me out. If you don't know, now you know. I go by Lion December, and it's Saturday night. I know the clubs is jumping. I got friends at a concert right now, but I'd rather be here with you guys, coming at you with another reaction video. And I want to be consistent for the rest of this year. So the clubs can wait, the women can wait, the fun can wait. Anyways, I'm reacting to the strongest battle in One Piece, Garp versus Roger, God Haki, fight explained, and Luffy's mother revealed by Anime's Boss. How was that reaction? Or, ooh, sorry, how was that impersonation? Yeah, so let's see what our guys on this side of YouTube got to say.
Oda has finally revealed Roger vs. Garp at full power, but while these monsters were clashing at their peak, Luffy's mother and my goat, Monkey Deadbeat Dragon's future wife officially makes her entrance onto the One Piece manga.
So what you guys think? Is us just getting a former empress who died to the love sickness enough to make the claim that she is Luffy's mom? I'm gonna have to call Cap. And I'm glad Morge pointed it out too. And this lets me know that I belong in the community because some of my takes be true. I don't have the platform to explain it yet. Now hear me out. What I'm trying to say is I quite literally said, how would it be possible for Tritama to be Luffy's mom if she died of the love illness? Because if she gave, not only did Oda say in the story that Amazon women can't give birth to men, but she also, if she did or was pregnant with Luffy, how did she get the love sickness if she ended up having sex with Dragon? She would have got it, she would have quenched that thirst of love because they would have been making love. You know what I mean? So it just don't make sense. I think people are reaching, and I think mofos just want any and everyone to be Luffy's mom.
Then there is Rox, who has revealed he needs 2 god fruits to defeat Emu. Over 45 years ago, idols roamed the seas. This crew would go to nations and take what they wanted with barely any fight, because the men would just fall for them. Even Marines, they were none other than Amazon Lily's Kuja pirates, headed by their captain, Empress Gloriosa at the time. She was such a baddie that her
Rate Gloriosa 1 through 10.
own crewmates were fawning over her beauty. However, in this crew, we also find Tritoma, Luffy's mother.
Huh? Don't even look like him.
Just look at her smile and Luffy's smile side by side.
No.
They are eerily similar, and that's Luffy's mother. But that's not the only evidence I have. Anything related to Dragon, I'm your guy. I know what kind of a huzz Dragon would prefer, okay? Trust me. First, if she was to become my goat Dragon's wife later on in life, she would need to be around his age, which she looks to be. Dragon right now, around 45 years ago, is 10 to 11. Tritoma looks like a 10 to 11-year-old girl. She would also later become the Empress of Amazon Lily after Shot, considering that every Empress of Amazon Lily was lovesick with a top tier of their era. Tritoma logically would fall for the deadbeat goat. Just look at this man. Look at that flowing hair. So majestic, always looking easy. She must have instantly been rizzed by his desk hockey, because I sure am.
Another question. Is Dragon an in-game fighter? Do we ever see him fight in the series? Let me know.
Why are you gay?
On a serious note though, the best evidence for Luffy's mother being from Amazon Lily is why did Kuma flung Luffy all the way there after Saba Odi? We know that Kuma was one of the only revolutionaries that knew about Dragon having a son. That's how we even got the famous line from my goat about a child is their parents' greatest weakness. Then 3 years ago, Kuma went to Dawn Island to take a look at Luffy himself before he lost his humanity. So being being one of the pillars of the Revolutionary Army, Kuma definitely knew about Dragon's connection to the Kuja pirates and Luffy's mother. We also know that the Island of Women are rebellious by nature, as they aren't even part of the world government. Plus, they take in trafficked celestial slaves back into their fold, like in the case of Boa Hancock. So with Dragon's entire goal being to free the world from the Celestials' oppression, Tritoma would take a quick liking to him. However, after Luffy's birth, there might have been a complication with the Empress, and the Island of Women can't raise a man, right? So Dragon left him with his grandpa Garp. Because like, if the world government knew that Dragon, the most wanted man, had a child with the untamable, baddest Empress of Amazon Lily, they would hunt Luffy down instantly. Plus, the flower Tritoma is named after is said to be brightly colored red, orange, and yellow, just like a burning fire or sun. Anyways, Tritoma in the flashback is bringing in all these fan letters from simps all over the world to Gloriosa. However, there is an even bigger pile right behind her, which turns out is for a bigger baddie. The only one set to outshine the radiant Gloriosa was the star of her era, first mate of the Kuja pirates, Shakuyaku. But there is trouble on the seas. The Roger pirates have come to attack. Instead of being scared though, the captain Gloriosa is about to have a nosebleed, like 5 Anji, because she is in love with Goldie Roger. Unfortunately, Roger has his eyes set on a different huz.
I didn't even peep on my initial read through. Garp doesn't have a must, or forgive me, running off for 2 hours of sleep. Roger doesn't even have a mustache. This has to be when he's like 17.
Haki, the future pirate king, is straight up gooning as he wants.
So the fraud allegations are still live, still thriving, still very much in the works. So yeah. But this is good because, you know, maybe Sanji can get conquered as Haki now. And I feel like we already knew Roger was goofy to an extent. So we can't necessarily like hold him accountable for being serious all the time. We know he has Luffy level of goofy. And just because Luffy is asexual or just not completely worried about women, that doesn't mean Roger had to be. So I think they can have similarities, and that's why so many people see Roger and Luffy, but also be different at the same time. And like this correlates more to Sanji's character.
Has gone after the Kuja pirates, it seems, as Gloriosa says that, why won't you look at me, Roger? It's not just Roger though, but his entire crew wants to rizz up Shaki. Like, these are top tiers in the new world. Dude, you're losing all your aura. Hearing the commotion, the angel herself bursts.
Either way, Roger lost a lot of aura this chapter. But at the same time, I also want to mention, like, when you focused on you, that's when you get the Hess. But when you focus on the Hess, they don't want you. And you'll see, and whether you're a girl chasing a guy or a guy chasing a girl, this paradigm or paradox will always remain true. It is the craziest paradox that has plagued planet Earth, is that just because you want something don't mean you can have it. You can work hard, you can beat the odds and, you know, defy destiny and fate and get what you want if you really apply pressure, but sometimes that's just not the case, and you'll see it in this situation.
Out the door, her Haki is so strong that
this is aura farming. Like, you know, when you at a bar, right, and you talking to a shorty, and you really applying pressure, you starting to feel yourself, cause like you got her stuttering, you see her cheeks getting red, she laughing at everything you say, and then you just kind of lean in, put your hand on the wall, and get close to her ear and just start talking that extra extra crispy, you know, I was gonna say meticulous, but extra meticulous game in her ear. Bro, this boy Roger getting rizzed up by Shakuyaku. Oh, I'm doing terrible, but hey, look, I'm tired. We getting this video out.
Bro, imagine she
Do me a favor, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
puts her arm like that right next to you with that view. It's over. Shaki says that she will never submit to another's captivity. Perhaps during the commotion at the Reverie 56 years ago, Shaki and a few slaves managed to escape. While one of the strongest crews in all of One Piece are busy gooning, Shaki orders the Kuja pirates to take their treasure. These 5 Anji wannabes are even
What we rating Shaki in her prime, 1 through 10? Let me know.
offering their souls to her. You guys are supposed to be top tiers. You guys are in the Pirate King's crew. Please stop acting like 5 Anji. The only person in Roger's crew that Shaki likely fucks with though is Dark King Silver's Rayleigh, which makes sense as he's the only nonchalant dude, and according to my reels, that's what the Huzzes want. So she gives him a little wink with a heart on top of it, bro.
Man.
Before things could escalate.
Like, when you focus on yourself, and that's what I've been trying to embody for a while, because I feel like I've been trying to pursue all these women, and I get the likes and I get the attention that I want, but at the end of the day, I'm not really securing anything because I'm not secure where I'm at in life right now. And when I'm secure in life, that's when I walk around like it, and the women will know. But I'm not trying to make it about the women. I'm trying to make it about myself, because I also want to build a community. I also want to build a good career. And so that's my mindset. And by proxy, it will attract the Huss.
Though the Navy has arrived. At first, Roger is like, we gotta run. But as soon as bro found out his Pookie Garp was on board, he said it's time to throw hands. And so Vice Admiral Garp, the future hero of the Marines versus Goldie Roger begins. First, it's Meteor Fist, which is much weaker than a galaxy level attack we find Garp using later in life. Roger counters that with a new move called Aramitama Sword Slash. This is major, as in Shinto belief, a kami has 4 aspects or tamas. Aramitama, the wild, violent, or rough soul. Nikimitama, the calm, harmonious soul. Sakimitama, the happy, joyous soul. Kushimitama, the mysterious, miraculous soul. So Aramitama specifically refers to the destructive or wrathful aspect of a divine being. This could be further evidence that God Haki, or the highest form of Haki, taps into the divine aspects of one's soul. But for that, watch the balls deep Haki theory I uploaded yesterday. Either way, this clash is legendary. While Garp punches the shit out of Roger using his god.
Oda. What's wrong with you? Sorry if I hurt your ear, but how can you do the King of Pirates like this? Especially after the last chapter we got with Rox D. Zabek clashing with Harold. Garp looking fire though, I'm not gonna lie. Gritting his teeth, but if we're not being biased, this does look like a slash right here. And this looks like the gap where they're not touching with the Conqueror's Haki. So maybe he swung it like this and cut through his stomach. And that's why he's coughing up blood.
Just through Garp's stomach, revealing that at least 45 years ago the two were equally matched. So imagine just how broken Rox must have been that these two had to team up to beat him at God Valley. As the two titans battle it out, the Kuja pirates take their leave with Gloria.
If I'm being honest, be free to let me know what y'all think in the comments, but I'm probably going to strongly disagree. Until we get God Valley, there's no way they teamed up to take down Rox. Rox had too many hitters on their team for two of the strongest combatants on the opposing side to team up on one person. I think Roger took him head to head. I didn't hear Roger say, Garp, let's pull up on Rox. No, he said, Rox, He wanted that fade, Imanu. And now, did he get a little bit of help? It's possible. Like we said, our the past Pirate King is so similar to our future King of the Pirates that I wouldn't doubt that he was getting assists and handouts just like Luffy. But are we gonna knock it? Some people are. People with admiral agendas, people that are anti-Yonkos, Brago DAs. Whatever the case may be, I don't think Roger needed complete help or a handout or needed to do use Conqueror's Haki. That's why Kaido is such a glazer.
Gloriosa fainting due to her heart aching. You know how Gloriosa is such a baddie right now, but later on in life turned into an unattractive old granny? While Shaki Loki looks like a gilf, well, it's due to love sickness. Shaki was lovesick with Rayleigh and they got together, which was the medicine. However, Elder Neon's love for Roger was only one-sided, so she fell ill, becoming a hag. Funniest thing is that people apparently would buy the wanted posters of the Kuja Pirates just to goon. They even had a whole.
So that means Boa Hancock is gonna look ugly in the future. Cause Luffy's not giving her that monkey D. She not getting the monkey D. Nami is. Just you guys watch.
Stalking problem like the idols of our own world. They should have just created an OF.
Why you ain't like the video yet? I said like it. God damn. Help me out, man.
Back in Elbaf though, because this is still the Elbaf flashback we're in, Loki is drowning because this fool's ship capsized while trying to go find Roxy Zebek. How are you gonna go out to the sea?
Can we talk about how much of a stud Roxy Zebek is? This dude got the pectoral muscles out, got the V-line taper. He might have skipped leg day, but he got the Hulkamaniac biceps. It might be too soon. But either way, I'm a fan of Roxy Zebek. Now, I don't think, like I said, I don't think they had to jump him to kill him. But I do think that he was definitely a worthy adversary for Roger. Definitely why Roger was, held to that standard with Kaido, because he knew. Wait, was Rox on Kaido's list? Was Rox on the top and Roger was on the bottom? That's a good thought. We gotta check that out.
Without knowing how to swim, bro.
Get that these people are giant. Like, as I was reading the chapter, I was just like, bro, I'm thinking Ida's talking to a regular human, and I had to realize, no, this is a giant. But because we're like looking at it from a different perspective, they just look like regular sized humans until like they pan out and are stacked up with other characters in the series. So yeah, Loki's a dick though. Like he gave that dude a hard time and he saved your life, buddy.
That he didn't ask anyone to save him, angering the sailor giant even more. Like, why did I even save this brat and he can't even thank me? Ada is very nice to young Loki though, as she understands that he lost his mother when he was young and his dad's always busy, so Loki is just lonely. That's why he makes outlandish decisions or bothers everyone. Little bro just wants attention, to be moved back into the castle, hence the two brothers get into another fight. Loki just never felt accepted in Elbaf. Instead of trying to build a good relationship with the citizens through helping them with his strength, Loki chose to be a nuisance.
Ida came around too late. I do think she can crack him if, like, pause. I do think she can, like, get him to smile more and, actually brighten up as far as in his attitude. I think she can convert him into thinking a little bit more positive like she did King Harold. But she has to put that work in, because this dude literally got tossed off a mountain cliff by his own mom. Damn near multiple times, because she had the guards keep throwing him off and he kept climbing up. That is like, you got a lot of trauma to like breakdown with Loki.
Sprung on him by his own mother, bro gets scolded. With all this anger towards his homeland though, every time Rox visited Elbaf to try and recruit Harold, Loki kept trying to join the crew instead. He wanted to be free like his idol, who was busy taking over Hachinose at the time. When Rock's pirates first took the island for themselves, there wasn't even that big skull on the rock. Instead, it was known as he was actually Shiki's rival.
Just dropped a video on Silver Axe. Go ahead and check that out after this one. I kind of break down what his power could be, his devil fruit power, or his lineage.
Putting his power level all the way up to near Yonko tier. As it took Garp and Sengoku a few more possibilities, we just
Soul God fruit. That is a outlandish take, but you know, let's hear him out.
Discussed during our weekly chapter reaction stream yesterday. 14 years ago, when Emu tried invading Elbaf, we saw that a devil fruit chest was likely raided by someone. Currently, we believe that Loki ate it, giving him the power to scare Emu away. However, what if the fruit was taken by another, thrown out into the black markets of the world, and this fruit was the Gomu Gomu no Mi? The timeline matches. Shanks knew about this fruit, and a few years later, he finds it in East Blue, which the government was also after. Seeing the giant straw hat of Joy Boy in Marie-Joie, it's possible that Joy Boy was a giant with special ancient blood. So Rox believes that the Nika fruit will only awaken when a giant like Harold eats it. He was completely misreading the prophecy of Dawn, just like how each emperor...
I do believe we're starting to, all the arrows are starting to point towards Joy Boy being a giant, or once he awakened, the sun god Nika fruit, he permanently became a giant. All arrows are pointing to that. What other reason would Emu have to have a straw hat the size for a giant just chilling in a freezer in the Holy Land? Why does Rox want Harold specifically to eat that devil fruit? Because he's an ancient giant. What else? What other reason? We have Longling Longland, where everything is stretched out due to that previous devil fruit. So that means most likely he expanded himself and became a giant permanently. So I just don't think that will work for our character. So it's just better for the lore to be that, because we don't have to, Oda doesn't have to worry about drawing that every time and putting that pirate on the ship. So there's just a lot of things that I feel like I'm missing something else. But we'll continue.
Like, let's say Big Mom had a piece of the Dawn's puzzle, as she wanted to create a nation with no discrimination. But Kaido only valued might. While Big Mom took her subjects' lifespan in return, their dreams were flawed, just like Rox's interpretation of the Dawn prophecy. So I still believe that it's a different legendary god fruit that was in Elbaf, which will only show its true power when Loki eats it. Harold isn't the special one, but Loki is, due to his eyes. That showcases his connection to the ancient weapon Pluton. He is the driver of that ship. And when he eats...
Also, I have a theory. Because not only does Rox want this specific devil fruit that was stolen from Elbaf, which we are speculating to be the Gum Gum no Mi, because it was taken and then Shanks retrieved it and obviously Luffy ate it. But what if in the past it wasn't just Luffy and Roger that not particularly awakened the devil fruit, but had the devil fruit? And that is why Nika has two interpretations, one being a savior and a liberator, but also one being a destruction god and demonic. And Davy Jones, either the original Joy Boy or somebody that got the fruit after Joy Boy and was going around as a destructor, like destroying the world and bringing upon chaos, like it's Ragnarok. And that's why Davy Jones has this rap, or is like correlated to that devil fruit or that myth. So it's like the evil version of Nika, but Davy Jones was his name. He was the pirate, and then Joy Boy was like the original pirate. I feel like I'm just ranting, but you know, you guys let me know what you guys think.
It's the Soul God fruit. Perhaps he will also become the engine for the ancient weapon. Just how rocks can eat
Because
multiple devil fruits like
I believe Rocks changed his mind as far as in fighting Emu to a battle of the death is because he knew there was nothing he could do to bypass immortality. So maybe the Yami Yami would have gave him a chance to either absorb Emu or to take his powers.
Blackbeard. Either way, these reveals are here to hint at what Luffy and the gang need to do to win against Emu in the final war. As Captain John says that they need the Galliva Giants too, likely to build the ancient weapon.
I know I'm dragging it. Another reason why Rocks wanted Harold to eat the devil fruit, or just in general have that devil fruit on his side, is because obviously, no question, if anybody's questioning this, you're a moron, that the Sun God Nika fruit is what's gonna be able to put damage not only to the Holy Knight but to Emu. So even though Scopper Gaban told Luffy to work on his Conqueror's Haki, I think Conqueror's Haki is one thing because obviously Gaban cut Summers in half, but he didn't kill him. Even though he's claiming that these guys are by no mean immortal, but why didn't you kill Summers with your Conqueror's Haki? Yeah, you're rusty, but you said be more meticulous with your Conqueror's Haki. I believe it's gonna be the Conqueror's Haki and the imagination of Sun God Nika to actually land and do permanent damage to Emu, and that is what Rocks was missing when he made that visit to the Holy Land. He was like, it's not that I can't bang with you in a fight, I can't kill you. I'll just sit here all day and night trying to kill you, and you just keep, reviving.
And pushing their wills to join him. He wanted Rocks to use the same blueprint he would use later on in life to subjugate young and up-and-coming pirates to tame Harold. However, Rocks disagrees with this method. Bro literally kicks the shit out of the future Yonko like he's a bug. Why? Well, Harold is Rocks' friend. And if Kaido suggests something so foolish again, Rocks will crush him. In an epic double spread, we see the entire top league of the Rocks pirates as the captain claims that Elbaf is the key to bringing down the Holy Land. That's their ultimate goal. It's up to them if they want to stand with Rocks on the day of destiny.
Yeah, Rocks was definitely skipping leg day. But either way, this dude is just jacked. Look at Kaido kind of brushing off his mark on his face. And who else is a fan of Barbell, bro? W Design got the Sun God Nika hair going on. Hey, but look, that's it for this video. If you like what I had to say, if you got any theories that you want to, leave down in the comment section, go ahead and do so. Like the video, subscribe, hit that post notification button, because I'm definitely going to be consistent with these videos. And yeah, I'll be back at you with my next one. Peace.